Wally West is the new Flash. Barry Allen stepped into the larger role of protecting the multiverse with the Justice League Incarnate, which left Wally West as the Flash of our world. But Wally has been missing for years, and he just got out of the Speed Force, got back to his wife and kids, and redeemed himself in the Heroes in Crisis event. So now that things are settling down for Wally, what's next? Welcome to Where Reality Meets Fiction, where your stories are read back to you in a dramatic fashion, where I get to pretend to be a voice actor. This is Comicstorian, and we take the time to make you a comic book expert by filling you in on the big moments happening within the world of comics. We do cut out the B-plots, limit our panel usage to prevent copyright issues, and allow you to have something to collect yourself or read yourself when you buy it. I do recommend going to your local comic book store and starting your own collection, or you can use one of our sponsors, Shortboxed. Click the link down below to learn how you can win a graded comic book yourself and discover the world of collectible comics. Today we're going to be covering Flash issues 772 and 773, which is pretty much the beginning of the Wally West run with Jeremy Adams. Today we're going to be covering Flash issues 772 and 773, which pretty much begins a more normal Monster of the Week style storyline with Wally West. After finally returning to the present and getting his body back, Wally has returned to his home where he and Linda realize a very important problem is on their hands. Well, more so Wally. Wally looks over the bills. No. And Linda tells him saying no isn't going to make the bills go away. Perhaps they should ask one of his billionaire friends for some help? Wally tells her, no, I could never do that. It just feels weird, but maybe this could be a new beginning for Wally West. Like, I'm gonna go get a job, a paycheck paying job today. And if there's something he can find in Central City, it's a job. No surfing the net. They're going old school, knocking on doors and finding out what's available. After stopping by a dozen places and getting rejected, Wally eventually gets a chance at Speedy Lube, where he's anything but speedy. As Wally slams the hood down after servicing a car, the woman inside asks if he's got a couple of minutes. The woman inside laughs at him. A couple of minutes? Ha! It's been over an hour! The girls at the bridge club are going to hear about this. As she pulls out of the garage, Wally sighs. Great. First day in the job, and even the old ladies want me gone. But shortly after that, Mr. Terrific pulls up in a red sports car asking, what does it take to get some help around here? Wally laughs. Even you need an oil change, huh? Mr. Terrific looks at him. No. I just wanted to see where the legendary Wally West had landed. Wally says that this is something that he needed. A chance to take it slow. Plus, this place has some decent benefits. Mr. Terrific tells him, yeah, that's why I bought the chain. I now own Speedy Lube, Speedy Mart, SuperspeedDating.com. You know, gotta stay on brand. Wally tells him, well, thanks for the job. And Mr. Terrific says that that's the thing. You're fired, Wally. Instead, I have another job I'd like to offer you. And being a man running a successful business means hiring the right people for the right job is my job. This one isn't yours. Wally says that he isn't so sure, but Mr. Terrific tells him, I am one of the smartest men on the planet, and I'm telling you I have a better job offering. Only a stupid man wouldn't at least check it out. And Wally West isn't stupid. So later, over at Terrific Tech, Mr. Terrific brings Wally into the lab asking, how are you all doing? To which they all welcome Mr. Terrific. He says that he would like to introduce them to their new engineer. His name is Wally West. He's not only a friend, but someone that you could trust your life with. Wally, this is Marcy, Thomas, and Stevie. I'll go ahead and let you all get acquainted. As Mr. Terrific leaves, Wally follows, telling him, hey, wait a second, I appreciate all this, but I clearly don't fit in with the others. I could see it on their faces. Mr. Terrific tells him, that's the thing about being a good boss. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. And even though they are scientists, you're a mechanic, a hero, and a father. You aren't just one thing. You're more than a person that can move at the speed of sound, Wally. We're trying to learn about the multiverse. It'd be best to start figuring it out now before something bad can happen. At least see how much I'm offering you. Mr. Terrific hands over a check, and Wally tells him, you've got to be kidding. Mr. Terrific laughs. That'll keep you in sneakers for a few years. Just then, Mr. Terrific's watch beeps, and as he looks at it, he says that there's a fire downtown. Wally is confused. Can I go? Mr. Terrific tells him that that's another perk of working here. He can cut out whenever he needs to. I'll just tell the others that you're on special assignment. Wally races out of the building downtown towards the fire and sees the firefighters already on the scene trying to put out the hospital that's on fire. After a quick run through, Wally manages to get everyone out of the building, but then realizes that there's someone left inside. He runs up the side of the building, jumping through the window, calling out that whoever it is that he saw, he's here to help them. But it's that moment that he's kicked in the back, and the voice tells him, "Long time no see." Wally looks back to see Heatwave. "I wish we could chat, but your old pal's got things to do, Flash." Wally begins to get back up, but suddenly the floor gives way and he catches himself on the level below. He looks up to try and get back to Heatwave, but as the ceiling begins to crumble, he books it out of there and can't find Heatwave. So as he turns to head back to work, he tries to think about, what was Heatwave even doing? Mick supposedly hung up that gear and decided to go straight. Something is wrong. Once Wally returns, he sees that his 3 co-workers are standing around a blackboard, all arguing over which of their calculations are wrong. Marcy says they have too much energy. Stevie says no, it's not too much energy, there's not enough connectivity. And Thomas asks if that's the case, why are the rods melting? Wally looks at the formula and tells them, it's the metal. It looks like you're using aluminum. As it stands now, the energy that you're putting through it is going to burn those rods out in a heartbeat. I suggest switching out the aluminum for copper, or even silver if you can get a hold of some. I did something similar with a treadmill and that did the trick. Marcy's confused. A treadmill? What did you say your name was again? Wally laughs. I'm Wally. I was hired on as an engineer. Marcy tells him great, then he can order them supplies while they all get some lunch. Did you know you get free lunch here? As the 3 of them leave, Wally sits at the computer and orders the copper that they need, but then finds himself bored with nothing else to do. After spinning in his chair for a bit, Wally's phone pings with the report of a fire at the pier, and he runs out of there as quick as he can. As he arrives, he sees Heatwave at the end. "Hey, I knew you'd turn up, and now that you're here, it's time to turn up the heat!" Heatwave begins to set fire to more of the nearby stands when the flames begin to race towards a child. Wally scoops up the kid, bringing him to safety, and returns. "That was a kid, Mick! A kid! You gotta crack a few eggs to cook an omelet." Heatwave goes back to adding to the fire, and Wally jumps over the ledge, catching himself on the water, creating a giant water tornado that he sends crashing down on Heatwave and the fires. As the flames get extinguished, Wally looks at Heatwave. "I can punch you 100 times a second, or you can give up." Heatwave begins to stand up. "It doesn't matter. None of it matters." Wally's confused. "What's going on? What are you doing, Heatwave?" "Everyone out there is having fun, not thinking about what's going on in the world, the pain, the hurt. They're blind. But any second it could all be taken away. It could all be turned to ash." Wally tells him that he paid his dues. Why go back to a life of burning things down, of being a criminal? Heatwave begins to cry. "Because it's the only way people will understand what's most important in life, Flash. There's a moment before it all catches fire where it all seems okay. And then a spark. And all you took for granted is gone. But it's a blessing too, baptism by fire. Really clarifies what's happening. That's what I'm giving them, clarity." Wally pauses for a moment. "A hospital. You're sick, aren't you?" Heatwave tells him. "People have said that for years, but this time they just happen to be right. So why not just blow everything up? It doesn't even matter. I thought the asbestos in my suit was protecting me, but it turns out it's been killing me. Everything's just a series of events. What's one more if I burn one more thing down?" You're wrong. Life isn't an accident. It has purpose and it has meaning. And what that is, well, that's up to you. Instead of putting so much effort into burning things down, maybe it's time to build things up. You've done it your way for so long, and this is where it brought you. Maybe it's time for a change. I don't know, Flash." And Wally extends his hand. "I'll help you." Heatwave struggles for a moment, but then he lets go of the switch, and he shakes Wally's hand. As Heatwave is taken away, an officer says that she isn't sure why he was nice to the guy. He could have caused some real harm here. Wally tells her that part of the job isn't just saving people, but it's inspiring them. How else can they change the world? The officer tells him, "Shoot, I'm just trying to get to quit in time." And Wally panics, oh shoot, and he speeds off. Back at the lab, he puts the parts together that he ordered, and Stevie comes back stating that he's impressed. They weren't even gone that long. And Thomas says that they were at the dining hall for a couple of hours. "Anyway, how about you take off for the night? We can handle things from here, Wally." Wally says that he appreciates it. In fact, he's gonna pick up dinner for the family. Marcy asks what is he gonna grab, and Wally smiles. Barbecue. And that kicks off the Wally West run. Now, there's about 12 issues in this before we get to the Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths event where he's looking for Wally. So if you want to see more of this, give this video a like, leave a comment down below and be like, "Benny, I want more of the Wally West Flash run," because we can do this every Sunday for a couple of weeks, give you guys some more Flash storylines. Hope you guys are excited. If you are, like I said, let me know, and I'll see you next time right here at Comicstorian.